Welcome everyone back with another video. First off, I'm grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Today we will touch on everything you need to consider and what you'll need to start your own business. Very exciting stuff. We'll be hitting all sorts of topics, everything you'll need to form your company today. First off, we have to consider what type of business you'd like to start. Maybe you have a hobby or something you love to do. Maybe there's a way you can turn that into a business. So for me, my business is dumpster rental service. I chose that because a few things. I've been in customer service pretty much my whole working life, and I love helping others. Another thing about the dumpster rental business is it's not very labor intensive. What I do is I drop off my dumpster, customer fills it up, I pick it up and take it to the dump. So the whole point of me starting my company is to stop working my 9-to-5 and then have more time with my family. So that's my overall mission. So maybe you have something you love to do. I'm sure there's a way to make into a business. Lots of things to consider. So once you know what type of business you want to do, the next step is to research. You have to see the demand in your area. Hopefully it's not oversaturated with other competitors. If your business is going to have a storefront or be in a certain location, it's good to search the competition. So thankfully where I live in the Grand Traverse, Michigan area, in Traverse City, very high building demand, constantly growing, one of the fastest growing cities in Michigan. So everybody's looking for getting rid of that construction debris, thankfully. So after researching, I found there aren't too many other companies like myself out there, and there's a very high demand for dumpsters, thankfully. After you research and make sure there's demand in your area for your business, next you want to research how much capital you're going to need to start your business. You're going to need to think of product cost, all kinds of expensive insurance for your business, advertisement, you name it. So with my business, to get started, I'm going to break it down, everything I needed. So let's switch scenes here. So here is the first. So with my dumpster rental business, I specialize in utility trailers as of right now. So I bought a single axle, 10 foot long by 5 foot wide, and it cost me $1,799. So that was my first kind of major expense. I just used my personal funds from my 9-to-5 to purchase this, and then afterwards I had some more expenses. I built up the walls on the trailer. As you can see, I got some advertisement for myself. I painted. I had to buy some lumber. I added this trailer jack on the back so people could walk up and it wouldn't tip back when they're walking on it. So you got to take in those considerations. I researched LLCs. You can do it yourself for $100 in the state. You have to make sure it's state specific. Other states may be more or less. There's all kinds of agencies that will do the dirty work for you, and that's what I went with. I'll get into that later. So that being more for me, and I had to do it expedited as well, so that was an extra charge as well. So it ended up being around $300 to $400, but they did all the dirty work. I just had to put in some info. Yeah, and then I looked up advertisement. I looked into Angie Leads. I looked into Yelp ads. Haven't done Google yet. We'll get into more of that later, but you want to think of the fees, costs. And then the biggest thing with my business is the biggest expense for me would be dump fees. So I did some research and found what my dump does, a certain rate per yard rather than certain tonnage. So it was pretty expensive, but I found a price. I looked up other competitors and I found a nice right in the middle of the lane price that would work great. Another thing to consider is your expenses to your profit, how much you'll be making per product. So yeah, you have to make sure you have the money. I think if you have access to personal credit, that's amazing. Just be careful. So let's go back to forming LLC. Again, here's the website I used right here. Let's bring it over. So you'll see at the top it says MichiganRegisteredAgent.com. So I did my initial filing, down here, April. Again, let's just get straight into it, show the actual numbers. So to use their agency service $50 charge, I had it expedited. I wanted a few days because I had already a couple customers lined up and I wanted to be legitimized, but that could have been avoided. So it would have been normal, just 50 charge. Again, you can do this all yourself for this state in Michigan, around $100. So along with filing of the LLC itself, it's also important to get your SS4 file. That will be, or number, I should say, that will be needed to create a business bank account. So it usually is free with this service included, but I also had that expedited as well because I really want to set up a business bank account. And then so what this company also does that you need to do every year as an LLC is you have to submit a standard Michigan annual report of compliance. So everything considered, like I said, you can do the filing yourself, really isn't that hard, but they do this annual filing for me, which is amazing. Our next topic, once you have the LLC formed, it's kind of backwards, but we'll get into the business bank account. Very important to have a formal business bank account for your business. With me, I just went with my credit union that I've already banked through since I was probably 16. You know, they renew me, best relationship. I think most banks are this way. I had to go in and have a sit-down meeting with them to open a business bank account. A lot of them you can't really open up online. And they pull your LARA form, your Articles of Organization. That's why it's important to form your LLC first. And then they'll just kind of talk with you, see what the business is about. And it was really not very long. It was like probably 10, 15 minutes. And boom, I had a business bank account. It was great. They'll need that SS4 document, like I mentioned earlier, which will be a special number that they'll link to your account. So the people that need to know can see all your dealings. And then one helpful tip to remember is please do not mix personal expenses with your business bank account. That's how a lot of LLCs get liquidated or get in trouble. So keep the business dealings business related in the business account. That's my best advice. So you got the business, you got the LLC. Another thing to mention, hopefully you have a name picked out for your business. So now you kind of got to make a brand for yourself. So the next big thing is maybe think of a logo for your business. You probably see it's my profile picture for my socials. There's probably a little one somewhere on my webcam. And for that, I just went to Fiverr. It's a great website. All kinds of people making all kinds of logos for very inexpensive, and they do pretty good work. Well, I think of social medias. We'll just run through mine real quick. First off, here's my business. I use Wix. Nothing crazy. It could be, I'm still learning. I made this all myself. There was a trash waste template that I used, which was nice, but recently I'm looking at specific software services for dumpster rentals. I'm looking into Docket and dumpster rental software, which is meant for dumpster rental services. But here's, I put this all together pretty much. I use a template, like I said. We got a couple tabs. I got my logo, just something to people, help people and customers feel comfortable that, okay, this guy's the real deal. I have my pricing done before. I still only have one dumpster trailer. I got some prices here. Get expanding very soon. We'll see how the winter goes. Definitely ramping up next spring. A little about us area. Nothing crazy. There's a online ordering. I got my service area that I service for my dumpster rentals. List of non-accepted waste. Gallery of a few jobs, nothing crazy. Book online. So yeah, nothing crazy. Like I said, we'll probably be switching services soon, but yeah, just a little something. It's important when you start looking for like credit funding for your business. I really like to see some sort of website. For the socials, we have, I'm probably most active on TikTok. We got all kinds of videos. I think personally, this is just such a great opportunity. A free advertisement really, can connect with people too, just not in your service area, find other fellow I'm finding other fellow dumpster rental people, super grateful for that. Great to see what they're doing, and maybe future collaborations down the road. But most active on TikTok. I got a Facebook page too as well. I think more socials you're on, the better. Just kind of spread the word. Like I said, free advertisement. I'm not as active on here, but I try my best. And then of course, as you're watching now, I got good old YouTube videos. Posted some shorts already. I had a little intro video I did yesterday. But yeah, 1 subscriber so far, so you gotta start somewhere, right? So super grateful. Really in the productive mode, getting everything ready, but fairly important. Last couple things to add. Banks also like to see, when you're looking for funding, business address rather than your home personal. Mine is my own personal because I don't have a business location yet. If you could get a business phone number, that's great. I use my personal, it's fine. Business email would be fine too. Yeah, that's a general idea of what you really need to consider when creating a business. The hardest thing for me when starting this business was actually pulling the trigger and going for it. It's quite an experience, pretty nerve-wracking for me, but here we are. I'm so glad I took action. I was one of those people that was like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next year, but the sooner the better. If you have something you really love to do, now's the time than any other time. Pull the trigger and see where it goes. Really do your research, like I stated, of the capital you'll need. There's a lot of businesses you don't really need. I didn't really need a whole lot of capital. I used some personal credit and the payments weren't that much. So if I would have failed, I'd been all right. Another thing, I could have sold my assets I just bought, could have sold my trailer, and almost come back out even. So but everything's going great. So yeah, if there's an idea or you have questions, please leave it down below in the comments. I'd be happy to make videos on other topics about creating a business, or if you have questions, I'd love to address it personally. But yeah, lots more videos to come. We'll get into the money I've made so far this year with the business, and all kinds of details. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.